Time for a great afternoon of sports entertainment talk.
Get ready for in-depth discussions on everything from the court to the field, mixed with the business and culture that orbit the sports world.
Whether it's the latest blockbuster trade or the societal impact of sports,
Two Men On with your hosts,
Van Nunley
and Fred Slow, with producer Isaiah Johnson.
on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
It's Friday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? Well, that means I think it's the General's night. That's what that means, Van.
The General?
Tonight it's the General's night.
It's the General's night.
Yeah.
Okay. The General is in Shaq's car insurance?
Nope.
What are you talking about?
Nope.
No? The cool car from the Dukes of Hazzard. Is that what you're talking about?
Nope.
That General?
That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Stormin Norman Schwarzkopf. Is that what you're talking about?
R.I.P.
What's going on?
Washington Generals face off tonight against the Harlem Globtrotters.
Oh, that's what we're doing. That's right. That's why we're out in the city of vision, Rio Rancho, New Mexico, to watch some Globetrotter basketball.
The big game tonight on Globetrotters, and I think it's the Washington Generals. I guess I don't really know who they play. That's what I think it is.
Aren't they playing Cleveland High School?
Is that correct?
I doubt it. It's a great idea, though.
Not with state
You
basketball.
play one half against Cleveland, second half against Rio Rancho High.
I say put all 10 of them out there at once against them.
Yeah. Like a little AAU team, like 12 9-year-olds against the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah,
I could dig that.
It's Rio Rancho, the city of vision, becomes the city of precision passes. But the Harlem Globetrotters tonight at the event center. Is that on the commercials?
If it's not, it should be. I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
The city of vision becomes the city of division.
Ooh.
As
Dang.
Yeah, that's not the one.
What division are they in?
The
West?
the exhibition,
The Southwest.
Yeah.
Okay.
The city of vision becomes the city of decision,
Mhm.
as you have to decide between BKFC and the Harlem Globetrotters tonight here in town.
Rio Rancho, the city of court vision.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Rio Rancho, the city of transition basketball.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that's the one. Isaiah Johnson back at the studio. Isaiah, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's a big one tonight. I'm assuming it's the Washington Generals. I really don't know.
It almost always is, right? Unless they're playing your local team.
And I believe they only do that for like fundraiser stuff. I did that in high school one time where it was the St. Louis Rams came to my high school.
Okay.
And it was like whatever the cost was, but you could play basketball against St. Louis Rams players, but you weren't playing against Torrey Holt. Like you were playing against Dane Looker. Like I remember posting up against Dane Looker.
The practice squad.
I mean, I think he got some reps.
Okay.
I mean, I think he was out there
Special
getting
teams.
some. I'm going to look up
A
Dane.
couple special teams tackles. Is that what he got?
All right, Dane Looker's career. I'm going to get you some numbers real quick. Went to University of Washington. Went to Washington University in St. Louis. So he's probably a pretty bright guy. All right, here we go. Undrafted. Oh, okay. So here's the thing. He had his first stint with the Rams in 2000. So that must have been the year because I was in high school then.
Okay.
All right, hold up. That cannot have been the year. So he went to New England, played, came back to St. Louis
Okay.
in 2002. So it must have been in 2002 because he also played in NFL, whatever. But I got his career numbers. You ready? Played in 91 games.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's a career.
Yeah. 112 career receptions, 1,200 yards, 5 tutties. I mean, played the game. played
Well,
the game.
I mean, let's skew those numbers a little bit. It was
Right.
the early 2000s Rams.
In 2003,
Padded the stats a little bit in that era.
when they were that, he was targeted 75 times for 47 receptions, 5 short of 500 receiving yards, and 3 tutties. That was his career year. So there you go. He was a dude. Also, couldn't stop my turnaround. I got those kind of skills.
How tall is he?
Not.
Under 6 foot.
Gonna make sure I see it here. Oh, heads up, update alert, update. Dane Looker, update alert.
Okay. What the world's been waiting
He's
for.
a school board director in
Oh,
Pull-Up, Washington.
how about
So there you
that?
go. He got that. Trying to get
That's
his
pretty sweet.
6 foot flat. Little dude.
Okay.
He's little.
Well, I mean, he's a normal sized human being.
No,
a lot of people are little compared to you.
6 foot's tiny.
It's a good height.
Right?
It's a good place to start if you're on Tinder.
Got a little quiz here about the Harlem Globetrotters. Isaiah, welcome back to the conversation. Boys, do you know where the Harlem Globetrotters originated?
Brooklyn.
It is not Brooklyn.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I mispronounced it. The Bronx.
It is not the Bronx, as one
my
would
bad.
think.
Sorry. What I meant to say was
Mhm.
Manhattan.
It is actually not Manhattan.
Okay.
No,
This is not fair.
that
It's
is
got to
correct.
be Long Island.
It's not Long Island. It's,
Okay.
Yep.
Which one could it possibly be?
Isaiah, do you have an idea where the Harlem Globetrotters originated?
I feel like I'm cheating a little bit, but I do know because I lived in the area.
That is correct. The south
It would
side of
be-
Chicago.
Yes. No, I was in the
It's-
suburbs.
So it's Harlem, Chicago, not Harlem, New York City.
They begin as the Savoy Big Five. Do you know what that is, Isaiah? Have you ever heard of that?
No.
They were one of the premier attractions of the Savoy Ballroom starting in 1928. A basketball team, Black African American play. Why would you say Black African American? Wikipedia. It's either Black
Really-
American or
Really
it's-
nailing that home.
Yeah, grow up.
Yeah. Of color.
Yes.
Yes.
Played exhibitions before dances to prop up the ballroom's attendance numbers. So there you go. In 1928, they had a big dispute amongst themselves where a bunch of players quit and became the Globetrotters. They toured Southern Illinois and then eventually adopted the Harlem moniker to where they are the Harlem Globetrotters. So there you go.
Okay, so they trotted Illinois.
Yeah.
Before they ever trotted the globe.
Or Harlem.
They started as the Savoy Trotters. This is news to me.
For years, they were in the World Professional Basketball Tournament, winning it in 1940.
Okay.
Yep.
Seems important.
A few years later, they played the Lakers.
Minnesota Lakers.
Minneapolis. Yes,
Yeah.
that is correct. They've also played in actual competition games, exhibition, I guess, but they played the Knicks and they've played a whole bunch of teams, and they're not just what we thought they were.
Okay. When did they start spinning the ball on their fingers and doing fun tricks?
Like when Reese Goose Tatum joined them. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I think
'Cause
so.
That stuff is sweet.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to see tonight.
Yeah.
That's-
That's what I'm into. I don't want to see the Harlem Globetrotters leaving it all on the court, trying to beat their opponent. I want them to stick a basketball down the back of somebody's jersey, and then they got to act like they can't find it. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Where's the basketball, Rick?
I like when there's just chalk being thrown for no reason or confetti going off for no reason. It's pretty sweet.
This is our 14th layup. Pew, 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 pew.
What does that
Yeah.
one mean?
I don't know, just a random number and a basketball event I threw together.
Yeah, but Sweetwater's out there let's go.
Okay.
Meadowlark Lemon. Will Chamberlain was a Harlem Globetrotter.
That is wild.
There's a bunch of them. We'll have somebody on the show today. It'll be fun. They had a player who was 4'6" at one point. That's itty bitty.
That is very little.
Yeah.
That's the opposite of Wilt Chamberlain.
I don't know who the most famous Globetrotter there is. They currently have a player
Well, I got it.
who's 4'5".
Definitely
Hot
got
Short.
it.
His name is Hot Short.
Fred Curly Neal. Curly is the most famous Globetrotter.
Oh God, I think it's Meadowlark Lemon.
Give me Curly.
They had like a heyday. Sweet Lou Dunbar. They had a heyday.
It's a great name.
When they were making appearances on everything. And now they're just like YouTube videos where they jump out of, like helicopters with bungee cords and slam dunking and stuff. You're like, that's still pretty cool.
That's still awesome. Are they doing that tonight? Are there bungee cords?
You could do it here at the Rio Rancho Event Center. They have the ceiling for it.
They do. Are they insured for bungee cords? It's a question.
Have you ever seen them in person?
Yes.
Couple
times.
They're very fun.
Yeah.
Come down to the Rio Rancho Event Center tonight. Harlem Globetrotters. We will be here. We're going to be hanging out. I don't think we're doing any on-court stuff, but we're going to be in the building. So come find us. If you find us, we're going to laugh a lot. We're going to talk about it. It's going to be a whole thing. Also, I don't have the actual history of the Harlem Globetrotters. I just kind of gave you everything I had off my top of my head.
Same. Curly. That's all I got.
When I was a kid, they would show up on like TV shows, or they'd show up on like cartoons that I watched or whatever.
Yeah, on episodes of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was like, oh, I'm on the inside of this one. Like I know about the Harlem Globetrotters. Like I feel like I learned about it the same way everyone else did.
On Saturday television.
Yeah, on Saturday television.
Uh-huh. Or if you're lucky enough to have them come through your city.
Tim Tebow played a game for him. Aaron Judge played a game for him. Gal Gadot played a game for him. Chadwick Boseman played a game for him. Mookie Betts. I mean, I could go on. The list is Johnny Manziel played for him. Brittany Griner's played for him. Mariano Rivera, Usain Bolt.
You're welcome, Savannah Bananas.
100%. They're welcome.
Uh-huh. Wouldn't have it without the Globetrotties.
Lionel Messi. Tim Howard, who was a goalie. You know him. Patrick Ewing. Oh, update. Patrick Ewing Jr.
Why do you sound so disappointed?
Ugh.
Seems lovely.
What year do you think Wilt Chamberlain retired from the Harlem Globetrotters? Like, give me a real guess.
2013.
2000.
Damn.
That's the whole deal, dude. So we're going to be here tonight. This will be fun. There's a ton going on in the world of sports. We'll talk about all of that at length. The big story of the day, I think, is Steph Curry, and we're going to go into it whenever we get back. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
This report brought to you by
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Two Men On. We're at the Rio Rancho Event Center. Harlem Globtrotters are playing tonight. We are a part of that. Come hang out with us if you'd like to do that. We're doing radio up until the start of it, 7 o'clock. Steph Curry looked like he was playing in the Olympics last night.
Now, that was a conversation we were having about Steph a few years ago. As all of these aging stars, their game will start to get dry and crack away, but his game will always age well.
His game is...
You keep making buckets. The
He's-
best shooter of all time is going to shoot.
He's shooting them from 3/4 court. They're just going in. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, in 5 or 10 years from now, they're going to have to go back and recalibrate his total points scored because there's going to be a 4-point line.
Oh, like what it would have been
from where he was shooting the ball. Yeah.
Yeah, when he's locked in, and I don't know what about playing against Orlando would have made you locked in. But when he's locked in, it's the most insane thing. What do you have, 56?
Yeah, 56.
12 threes.
Down 17 in the second half. And he's like, I got this, guys. I'm going to shoot every single shot on this court, and I'm going to make a bunch of them.
And it wasn't even close at the end. They went up big at the end.
It's a barrage.
What's 12 times 3? 36?
That is correct. Good job.
So he just got 20 points messing around elsewhere. 20 points is like a good game on its own.
He shot better from 3 than he did from inside the arc. That's so stupid.
Magic fans at the end were like cheering for him. Like he's going to shoot and they're jumping up, like getting nuts.
I mean, it's one of those we are all witnesses moment. Like 12 of 19 from 3.
Yeah.
12 of 12 from the charity stripe. That is stupid.
I'm about to say like a jealous thing. I don't think I get how people can be so talented.
He went 12 of 19 from 3. The rest of his team went 7 for 26.
Well, keep in mind,
So
and
dumb.
Van, you can really appreciate this. It's not like what Fred just said about him being so talented. It's not even just basketball. This is a guy that when it comes to long range things, he's an expert. Like he had a hole in one. Like he's also an excellent golfer, which is no coincidence. I think for him, it's just a matter of once he learned how to connect like his coordination with his swing, then all of a sudden he starts getting holes in ones in golf. And I think like mentally when it comes to range, he can do whatever. It's just a matter of can he get his body to lock in and do it. And
Yeah,
I think
he sucks at darts until you put him all the way across the room, and then he's rocking bullseyes every
like
time.
I bet he'd be elite at darts. If he took the time, I bet he's already good at bowling. I would bet that he's amazing at bowling. And I'm sure he'd be a very good dart player. It's just one of those things. He's just got good coordination.
Bowling? Is he good at bowling?
Yeah, but you got to put him across the parking lot. Then he's
I
lights
would
out.
get the concept of bowling. I just feel like there's no way he's bad at it. Like him, I bet Mahomes is a really good bowler.
I think all these elite level athletes,
He's just good at
Mhm.
everything.
yeah, you just kind of just hand them a round object.
And they're gonna figure it out.
Does he even have to be round though? Like if I bet this dude's surgical at lawn darts too.
Roundish.
It's a full on dart. Yeah, just
Let me see.
he's not like on the playground, y'all. Like this is not shoot around. These are NBA caliber athletes and defenders. He's like, no, it's fine. I watched a little mashup of like every shot he made. It's not like he just dribbles down the court and pops one. He moves out the ball and he comes off screens and he loses guys. And then they're from all parts of not that one that's 3/4 court as the half's ending. That one doesn't count.
Yeah.
But the other 11, they're all designed differently in different releases. And you go, it's just not real life.
He's running around all over the place like Kendrick at the halftime show, and he just finds himself open all the time. Boom, another one. Boom, another one.
And they all seem to like, and I recognize like regular season NBA, like, I mean, for whatever value you want it to have. But it's every time you're like, oh, okay. Like the first one of the game, that opened up the scoring. And then after that, it's like, okay, this one cuts it in half. Oh, okay, this one takes the lead. Oh, okay, this one extends. Like, and you're like, how are they all big shots? Like, how are the one at the end of the half? Like, how are every single shot you take is a big shot?
I mean, it feels that way. And it also feels like the basket is bigger for him. He never touches the orange. He never touches the outside of the rim. It's all net all the time.
I got a stat for you. Curry's performance last night against the Magic marked the 39th time a player has 11 plus three-pointers made in a regular season game in NBA history. Of those 39,
6 of them. I guess 6.
dog, he got 14.
Oh, yeah, not this year, not this decade, ever.
Excuse me, 41 times, not 39. But still, he's done it 14 of the 41 times.
It sounds like a joke to say this, but I mean it wholeheartedly. I feel like the only other person that we'll see that could possibly end up being this good, and I really think his son, in about like 10 years from now, we'll be like, oh boy, here comes another Curry.
Bronny Jr. Oh, wait, whose son?
Steph's son, Cannon Curry. I've seen video. The kid was already dribbling like a year and a half ago, and I believe he may have been no older than 3 years old at the point of that video. And the Currys, I mean, it's like when it comes to the Mannings, it's like throwing's an art. It's different if you're like have to train somebody to be the strongest or like as powerful as you were as like a lineman or something. But like a basketball player, if your family, your bloodline just understands the art of shooting, which every Curry has so far. There was one year where Steph had the most threes, but his brother, Seth Curry, had the highest 3-point percentage.
Right.
So Curry's just get the art of shooting. So, and his son's already well on his way. Like, watch, in about 15 years, we're going to be seeing his son lights out from deep.
Then people mad about nepotism. Paolo Banchero, 41 points. Quietest 41 points in the history of a game.
You know how deflating it's going to be to whoever has to play them in the first round? You worked your ass off all basketball season to get a high seed, and then Steph Curry and any 9 people just waltz into the playoffs and light you up. It's got to just be debilitating.
He's catching weird sentences from people now that he's never really caught. It was like early January, people are like, yeah, mid-January, people are like, Steph Curry's cooked. Like, he's no good anymore. Like, he can't do it. They, for some reason, said that at the Olympics until the final 2 games. Like, there's now a weird conversation about how he can't do it, and he's never one time showed you that he can't do it.
Right. When? His rookie year?
Yeah.
The first half of his rookie year? Is that the time he couldn't do it?
I have this, like, belief system when predicting, like, possibilities. Again, I'll use, like, Steph Curry as an example. Yeah, he's gonna hit 10 threes in a game again. You just keep saying that over and over again because you're gonna be right every single time except for one.
Mm-hmm.
The last
one.
That's the only time you're not gonna be right. Like, don't think you're smarter than the game by claiming, because you're not. Like, he does it every single time. It'd be cool to be a scorekeeper for that.
Busy work.
Yeah.
I mean, good thing you don't have to watch anybody else. You just follow one guy around doing all the scoring.
He made a bunch of professional basketball players on the other team look really bad. That's the part that kind of like gets me, because if you'd be like, hey, Fred, can you make 12 of 20 from 3? NBA 3 might be a little tougher. High school 3, like just in a gym shoot around, I think I'm slightly better than 50%. Put a defender on me? Nope.
No.
Put a NBA
defender?
Nope.
There's no way. You probably wouldn't even get one off.
An NBA, I'd get one off. I mean, Is it going in though? No, it ain't going in.
Probably not.
Nah.
That's just a win getting one off.
Well, he's that dude. If he plays like this for some time, that team's that team. And again, that's he's going to keep playing like this. I'm not going to be wrong. I do this reverse with like the Lobos basketball team. No, they're never going to win it because they've never won it. Like, you just go with the thing until they eventually win it. And then you're wrong one time. And it's like the coolest thing to be wrong about.
I love useless stats.
Yeah.
Yesterday was the 12-year anniversary of the first time he scored 50 points with more than 10 3-pointers. 12 years apart. That's stupid.
That is a useless stat.
Yeah. It shows the excellence that we've seen for more than a decade from this guy.
But if he never does it again, it'll be what's the greatest gap between two 50-point games in the history of the whatever.
Yeah, but he had 20 in between them.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
There you go, Steph Curry. He can still play. Stop giving all those little kids walking around town in Curry jerseys dirty looks. Got a update that's not surprising. When we get back, it's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're at the Rio Rancho Event Center, counting down the minutes until the Harlem Globetrotters tonight. Doors open, I believe it's 6. There's a fun magic hour VIP deal you can get before that. Come hang if you want to hang. It's going to be a fun night here at the Rio Rancho Event Center with the Harlem Globetrotters. Last week, and this really sent me down a rabbit hole of trying to find zip-up hoodies that said Tecmo Bowl on the front because I want one.
Okay.
Chris Cluey was arrested in Huntington Beach at a city council meeting because the city council was going to put a plaque on the library that said magical, alluring, galvanizing, and adventurous. And that, of course, is the acronym for MAGA. And he called them out in this meeting and then engaged in what he called the time-honored American tradition of peaceful civil disobedience, was arrested at the arrested at the city council meeting, escorted out, all the things that are associated with that, including consequences. And here is one. He was let go from his coaching job, fired from his high school coaching job. Edison High School in Huntington Beach. Cluey said publicly he knew it was a possible consequence. He says, quote, I think it just goes to show what MAGA actually stands for. They don't want to build anything. They just want to tear people and institutions down to make themselves feel better, regardless of what it costs the community. I sincerely doubt Edison is going to find another ex-NFL player to coach freshman football.
Duh. All of the duh. Like him being there was such a boost to that program. And just because he was doing his civic duty and speaking truth to power, he gets canned for exercising his First Amendment rights. What timeline are we on?
One where Chris Cluey's been on the right side of it for a long time. He went on to say, quote, MAGA is profoundly corrupt, unmistakably anti-democracy, and most importantly, MAGA is explicitly a Nazi movement. You may have replaced a swastika with a red hat, but that's what it is. The entire city council of Huntington Beach does identify as conservative. They considered it a non-peaceful protest, causing alarm among those in attendance, including 2 young students. It is going to go to court. The ACLU is going to be involved in that. Also, Chris Cluey, this is not a new deal for him. He played professional football from 05 to 13, and in the years that he played professional football for the Minnesota Vikings, he was a advocate publicly for the support of same-sex marriage before it is legal. It is now. It was not.
Right.
Very recently that happened. And he does and has claimed that was the reason he was released from the Vikings, because he prompted an internal investigation into a coach. I want to say it was Mike Pryfer. I feel like that's who it was, who regularly used homophobic slurs. And then the Minnesota Vikings, after the investigation, refused to give the results of that investigation to anyone. And then there was a lawsuit, this, that, the other thing. Chris Cluey is a dude who has forever been on the opposite side of hate.
Hard agree. The world needs more people like him, especially people who the microphone, the cameras will follow around.
Yeah.
Speaking truth to power. And it's kind of disgusting that everyone screams cancel culture. Everyone screams First Amendment as long as it applies to their very same views. If you hear something that opposes your viewpoints, a lot of people on one side specifically get very upset and go to great lengths to bring you down for doing the exact same thing that you're preaching. It is hypocritical and it is disgusting. And please, Americans, grow up.
Just can't find that Tecmo Bowl hoodie anywhere.
Could have been a 101.
I think it was sick, dude. It was kind of like a pro wrestling hoodie with the little stars on it.
It caught my eye as well.
Yeah, it was a cool hoodie.
I had to restart the video to hear what he was saying because I was like, dang, that's a cool hoodie.
Yeah. I can't think of a place I couldn't wear that, I even went to Threads to find it because I feel like, well, that's where you find clothes. Go to Threads.
The social media website Threads. That's where you went?
That's not. You don't think that was a good connection to me?
I mean, there's a lot of advertisements for clothes on there, let's be honest. So that's not the worst idea I've ever heard.
I was up in state capitol today, working on some legislative stuff. Moving forward, I'm going to start dressing like Chris Cluey at these things.
To make sure you get less respect.
What am I wearing? What is this material called? Plastic? What is this called?
It's Stretchy Boys. Stretch Mobile.
There is zero real material in here.
Natural, organic
Yeah,
material.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's a plastic shirt.
This shirt is made out of oil. I
Threads.
don't really understand how that works, but I can stretch it a mile off of my skin and it just snaps back.
The magic of Lycra.
Is that what this is?
I believe it's Lycra.
What is similar to Lycra?
Spandex.
It might be that.
It's a thinner grade spandex.
Lycra fabric typically used in sportswear, swimsuits, yoga wear, leggings. Spandex is not that. It's used for shaping. This shirt is not shaping.
Elastane, possibly.
Now, what is that?
That's a thinner gauge Lycra.
What is rayon? Is that a thing?
That's a plastic derivative fabric.
Is that what killed Gene Hackman?
That I don't know. I think you're thinking of Radon.
I'm thinking of radon.
Not Radon Chong, Tommy Chong's daughter. Different Radon.
From Mortal Kombat.
That's Raiden, and he shot electricity out of his hands.
He's the god of thunder. Or maybe that's Thor.
God of Thunder is Thor. Raiden is the Prince of Lightning.
Is that accurate?
No, there's no way that's
Okay.
accurate.
I don't understand Norse mythology.
Raiden's very Asian. Or he could just be wearing a rice farmer's hat. I don't know. I've not looked at Raiden's 23andMe, but I'm assuming Asianish.
All right, what is a rice farmer's hat? All right, so I've just recently looked up what a rice farmer's hat is. I don't believe that's what he's wearing.
The big triangle hat. Never wore one of those to a music festival? You ain't living, brother.
From the texter, do you mean Raiden Rice? Who's that?
Raiden's hat is a type of Asian conical hat known as a casa or jingasa. And I think jingasa is a cuss word in Spanish, so we might want to blur that one out.
Casa, I think, is also a cuss word.
No, that just means the house. That's not a cuss word.
He has a house hat?
Depending on what kind of house you live in.
Like a condo?
What did you find when you said rice farmer hat? I'm very curious.
I didn't know what it was. It looked like one of those walks.
That's the same thing.
Oh, that's what he wears?
That's a orale jingasa way.
I thought it was so I didn't know it was that. I thought it was like for like making stir fry.
You flip it upside down.
That's what I thought.
You put some steam water in there.
What is steam water? Those are
Just
two
steam.
different things.
Yeah, boiled water
Yeah.
turns into steam. You just flip the hat upside down over boiling water, and
An
the steam
open
comes
flame.
up, and you could make some fried rice in the hat, have your little lunch, put the hat back on, protect you from the sun.
Why is there water
Bing, bang, boom.
in here?
Say what?
Are you steaming the rice?
For the steam. You steam the rice.
Is the
And
rice
the vegetables.
now hold on? Is the rice directly in the
Possibly.
water in this scenario?
Oh, directly in the hat.
Where is the steam coming from?
The cauldron of water, obviously, in this one fictional scenario.
Is this like how you melt chocolate?
It is one way to do it. Yeah, but you need two cauldrons because you need a buffer. You don't put the chocolate directly into the boiling water.
No,
You
it'd
need
make-
another
that
cauldron.
would make a
and
make a
melt it.
chocolatey drink.
Yeah, choco water.
That's,
It would make yoo-hoo.
It would make yoo-hoo.
Yeah, for sure.
But yoo-hoo doesn't actually have chocolate in it.
What was that? Oh, I thought somebody called for me.
Because I said yoo-hoo.
Oh,
You
yeah.
thought somebody
Well,
called for
we
you.
were talking about the drink. My bad.
You upset me. He gone for the year. We'll tell you who it is when we get back. 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to 2 Men On here at the Rio Rancho Event Center. The Harlem Globetrotters are playing basketball tonight.
Are they here yet? I want to meet them.
They are here. I saw them walk in. They were very tall. Some of them. One of them wasn't.
One of them was not tall in any measurement.
By any sense of the word.
Correct. For a human.
What are you trying to get out here?
Super tall for like a
Penguin?
a rabbit.
This is the biggest rabbit I've ever seen. There's that one on San Mateo,
So
like by Osuna.
that's a big one. The one from 8 Mile.
B-rabbit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a big one.
it's a big one. He's probably the biggest one.
Largest rabbit. Got this right here. All right, I have some bad news, man.
Okay.
There are rabbits that are definitely bigger than this person.
I'm excited for this.
So it is called a Flemish giant rabbit.
I still don't think it's bigger.
Are you joking me? I'm looking at photos of it. It's bigger than a dog. It's bigger than a baby.
Yeah, but this Globetrotter is also much bigger than a dog and a baby.
This thing gets up to 50 pounds.
That's pretty good.
How do you know the length? Also, do you count the tips? If you count the tips of the ears, this thing is bigger.
You stretch them out.
Uh-huh.
You
Mhm.
grab him by his little bunny paws.
Yeah,
Then you stretch him out and go like paw to paw.
that's what you do.
Is that true length, or do you
But-
do like forehead to BH? Like what's the measurement?
All right. What did you say? How tall did you say this guy was on the team?
I don't have an exact measurement.
Will you get
Let
the
me-
exact measurement real quick? It's
let-
on,
Allow me to
I believe he's
Talk to the
4'6".
intern.
That's my understanding. Okay. So this player that plays for the Globetrotters, he's 4'6". Okay. I'm going to get you his name so we don't seem like we're not knowing this type of thing. Okay. His name is Jamani Swanson. He's 4'5" tall. Okay.
Okay.
So he's not big. I have in front of me the Guinness World Record for the biggest rabbit. Okay.
All right. Excited for this.
Are you ready?
Mhm.
4'3".
Dang.
This dude has this rabbit beat by 2 inches.
Yeah. Suck it, rabbit.
Now, I have an update on something, and you're not going to want to hear this.
Oh, bummer.
Now, this rabbit who's held this world record at 4 foot, what did I say? 3?
Mhm.
He's held this record since 2010. Okay. And this is the headline from 2021. So I don't have a current update, but this is a story that we somehow missed 4 years ago.
Okay.
Guinness World Records biggest rabbit stolen from home as police hunt for culprit.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Was it the Cadbury people?
Yeah. I think. I don't know how long rabbits live.
Was it possibly Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Is that a possibility?
Are you trying to make light of this hair heist?
I very much am.
Okay.
So this armed rabbitry that occurred
Okay, that's a good one.
is there's just no leads at all whatsoever. Are we going to have to just jump to conclusions on
All right, also good.
who pilfered him?
Kind of hair raising. I did hair again. I already did hair.
It's okay. You did it in a different format, so I'll allow it.
Mm-hmm. I did that, and now I'm hopping mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope the officers in charge of this has made leaps and bounds in this case so far.
Well, Little Bunny told me
Mm-hmm.
that they could be figuring it out pretty quick. I don't think I have any other ones.
No, just a cottontails away from cracking this thing.
Oh, that's a good one. Well, hopefully they don't burrow the case.
Strong.
Yeah, I was really trying. That one was a reach as far as what they are. Joel Embiid's done for the season.
All right, that's another player I could drop off my fantasy basketball team.
I assume he's going to start a podcast.
Where? Cameroon?
I think he's French.
How would anyone know that there's another NBA podcast? There are so many. That is a flooded market.
Did he ever get past the second round? I don't think he did. And I don't believe he ever beat anyone in the first round. He may be the biggest disappointment in the history of NBA players.
From being an MVP to not taking his team anywhere in the playoffs.
To ever doing anything. Who's that other guy? Tracy McGrady was kind of like that.
Yeah, but he was perpetually injured. Like, he never even had the chance to go that far.
Angelo too. Grant Hill was kind of like that. Dudes that just kind of had it all could never do it. That happened to Penny after Shaq left, but he was the same thing, injured. Just, he never did anything at all. And it's not like he never did anything at all. By the way, Michael Jordan's in the league, winning 6 championships. Like, he just never did anything. Guess he's got a knee surgery tomorrow.
Are they going to break his hip too? They're going to do the weird experimental
They
thing?
could try because his career's over. I'm not saying
he should try. I mean, you should try anything.
Oh, you should try everything because you're done. What's that thing Alonzo got where he got a new meniscus? Put that thing in. Do that deal.
Yeah, what's a super healthy basketball player that just retired? You'd like pay him to take his meniscus.
Brandon Roy.
Yeah, good one. He was hurt quite a bit. That's maybe not his.
He's the one.
What's Usain Bolt doing? Those are some sweet menisci.
Well, you may have recently heard at the beginning of the show, he's actually played for the Harlem Globetrotters. So,
God, could you imagine him dunking?
if Holly Holm comes out tonight while BKFC is in town and she comes in here and Harlem Globetrots, that'd be awesome.
Would be super sweet.
This is 100% the nail in the coffin for Joel Embiid.
I think he's going to try to come back. But with his injury history, yeah, it seems like it.
Like, what do you really remember about him? Losing Game 7 to the Celtics? Then what else?
29 wins, 30 losses in the playoffs.
He didn't win. This is his first 2 years with injury. Heck of a player for like 2 years. Injury.
Yeah, 2 years he played a full season, MVP and MVP runner-up.
Fultz, Simmons, Butler, all that fiasco. Derailing competent teams. He just wasn't a dude. Wah wah.
Until he comes back from his experimental surgery.
Mm-hmm.
He's the greatest player in the history of the league through science.
And him telling you on his podcast. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're at the Rio Rancho Event Center where the Harlem Globetrotters are playing basketball tonight. Tomorrow morning, first thing, I'm going to the YMCA.
Nice.
You were not invited, Van. Everyone else is.
I got stuff to do, my friend.
Tell me if this is a regular thing that I'm about to tell you, or tell me if this is an irregular thing I'm about to tell you.
All right, let's go.
Dale Whitnell. Dale Whitnell.
Dale?
Dale.
I know a couple good Dales in my life.
You know Dale Whitnell?
I don't know a Whitnell.
He golfs.
Oh, that's cool.
Made 2 hole-in-ones in the same round at the South African Open today.
Oh.
What?
My God.
What?
2 hole-in-ones in the same round?
Is that a normal thing, or is that is that regular or irregular?
Professional golfers, some of them can go their whole life without getting a hole-in-one. Not likely for the amount of golf that they play, but it is a incredibly hard thing to do. Because not only it takes skill, it takes a little bit of luck as well.
The 36-year-old Englishman aced the par 3 second and 12th holes at the Durban Country Club in a wild 9-under 63 second round. So there you go.
Ronnie Durbin?
He also had an eagle, 7 birdies, 2 bogeys, and a double bogey, Van. So he was the spectrum.
Where were they playing? Is every hole a par 3?
Durban Country Club. He's the 545th ranked golfer in the world.
Which is fantastic.
Not out of 550.
Okay, I'm looking at this Durban Country Club.
Brian Harmon also made 2 aces in the same round at the 2015 Barclays on the PGA Tour. I remember this because I covered this on radio at the time. Acing at 3rd and 14th holes in the final round. And I'm not going to I don't know this one. So Yusaka
Easy.
Miyazato
Okay.
of Japan, playing on an sponsor exemption in 2006, Reno Tahoe Open. I played Reno Tahoe one time. It's very pretty. Made a hole-in-one on the 7th and the 12th there, too. So it's happened 3 times in the history of whatever. According to the U.S.-based National Hole-in-One Registry, the odds of making a hole-in-one twice in the same round are you ready?
Okay.
67 million to 1.
I thought it would have been higher.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been higher.
I feel like that has to change slightly whenever you add skill.
Because you're considering every golfer in the world,
Yeah.
the odds of doing that are.
Mm-hmm.
Even for a pro, it's just so wildly unlikely. Also, this would have been a good topic for filling the holes
It just happened.
tomorrow morning at 8, so we missed out on that one.
Yeah. I cut up the episode you did today.
It's the best one yet.
It's the best one. And
I'll tell you what, Max and Jay
yeah, but it took you
are
guys
getting their chops.
it took you 30 episodes to get there.
Well, I mean, I came in hot as a seasoned pro.
Yeah.
But these guys are golfers.
You've lost your audience already. Now you have to rebuild them.
'Cause
You have to reintroduce the
we
product.
we ran them away in the first 6 or 8 episodes.
Because now it's good.
Yeah.
But before,
There were some growing pains.
yeah,
There's a learning process.
you guys were not par.
Well, don't say you guys. Because it was me, just
Struggling.
the peak of sports entertainment, let's be honest.
You.
Yeah, 11 out of 10.
That is bad in golf, stupid.
And then Max and Jay, who've never done it before, who, by the way, have turned the corner a couple months ago.
They were cowards.
And it is fantastic.
Now they're very good.
Hard agree. So you're not going to hear this story tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.
Immediately after your program tomorrow morning, my program tomorrow morning, going over, hosted by me and Sally Taylor.
I mean, golf to wrestling, such a
That's
natural segue. Just
Hey.
the most natural segue.
It's like Abbott and Costello.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Costello and Abbott.
Because one went first.
But I guess it would be right because Costello was the straight man. So it would be the other way around.
Okay. You're saying the gay one went second.
So no, hold on. That's
Okay.
in comedy stylings.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because that was the way you did it. Because for a long time, the straight man in comedy was the harder of the two.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't really exist anymore. Now you get what's the name of the guy who takes off his shirt and his boyfriend?
Bert Kreischer.
Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
And what's his boyfriend's name?
Tom
Segura.
Tom Segura. There you go.
They're both the worst one.
They're both the opposite of straight man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the new formula.
Yeah.
So myself and Sally Taylor were joined by Joe Galley, voice of the NWA. He
That's
joined us, and we had a very fun sit down talking about the history of pro wrestling, the importance of territories in pro wrestling, and now that NWA New Mexico Duke City Championship Wrestling is the 7th official territory of the NWA. They call that number Lucky number 7. Talk about what that means for pro wrestling here in New Mexico. So we're super excited about that. Tune into that tomorrow morning. Lots of jokes. It was a funny one. Dale Whitnell, 2 holes in 1.
I mean, you had to have his caddy go run and buy some lottery tickets, right?
64 million to 1. Is that what we said it was?
67.
67 million to 1. After you make a hole in 1, I'm not saying that gets you to the cut or whatever, but obviously it
God, I would hope so.
strengthens your position. But I would say this. I feel like the rest of your day is on kind of cruise control. The closest I've ever got to a hole in 1 was about 3 feet. I've never got a hole in 1.
I've been golfing on and off since I was a teenager, taking it seriously like the past 3 or 4 years, whatever.
You have been?
And I have never had a
Hold
hole in
on.
one.
Press pause.
Okay.
You're defining your last 3 or 4 years of golf as taking it seriously? Because I've been alongside you for this journey of golf your last 3 or 4 years, and you do not take it seriously.
Well, I mean, there's a difference in between getting blackout drunk with the boys
Yeah.
and playing 1 beer golf. 1 beer golf is taking it seriously.
No, it is not.
And I have been doing that.
Taking it seriously involves like practice.
I practice.
No, you do not.
I do when
When?
the weather's nice
See, that's what I'm saying.
and we get out early on Wednesdays.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is the type of golfer you are. You are this type. Not on weekends. That's the type of golfer you are. You golf to avoid work. You do not golf to actually be good at golf.
Well, I have taken some steps to be a better golfer thanks to the aforementioned Jay Choi and Max Machado. They have given me some pointers.
No, they're not
and
really
I have
helping
taken
you.
them to the practice round. You talking about like when
When
like
you give your little brother
like you
a
tell
video
him-
controller.
yeah, like you tell a baby that purple is yellow and yellow is green, and you tell them all the wrong words for things like that. You think that's what they're doing?
No, they're
They're
doing
making me worse.
they're
a goof.
doing when you're a kid and you have an older sibling playing Mario and you really want to play Mario, so they give you an unplugged in controller.
Mhm.
That's what they're doing to you. Because they love golf and they like you. So they're trying to appease what you are, which is a distraction and cumbersome
Well, here's
and
the
a
thing.
burden
For
and annoying.
excellent
and
golfers
in their face.
like them,
And
you can play with
Yeah.
a golfer of my level,
Uh-huh.
which is an 18 handicap, break 90 weekend warrior guy. You can play with a golfer like that, and it won't affect your pace of play, and it won't affect the game itself as long as you can keep up. Because I'm hitting in the course of a round 15 to 20 more strokes than those guys. But as long as you can have those 15 to 20 extra strokes at the same pace as there's significantly less strokes, all works out, baby.
Are they in a different cart than you?
No, that's irrelevant.
What?
Do we all have our own carts?
No, like
to expedite
do
pace?
they pair together so they don't have to stop halfway to their drive at your drive?
No, they Rochambeau to who gets to sit with me.
No one. What are you doing? No one wants to sit
They
with you.
rock, paper, scissors for the honor of playing with me.
Who do you put in this foursome? A victim.
Like the fourth person?
Yeah.
I mean, usually a potential partner or sponsor. Like,
Yeah,
usually,
that's
usually new friend of the show. Like
I went golfing with you three one time, and I showed up for 2 holes and left.
you did, yeah. We were shooting some online content that never aired.
Why didn't that air?
Because,
Why did I roll out of bed?
Because your parts were awful and completely unusable
That's not true.
and ruined the whole thing.
That's not accurate.
So it never made its light to the internet.
Why didn't you couldn't make a joke out of that?
It was a joke, and that's why we didn't use it.
I didn't get the joke. If I'm rolling out of bed to shoot social media content, which by the way, I hate that sentence. I
Mhm.
hate that I just said that sentence out
Yeah.
loud. 505-246-0610. We need a guru. We need a social media guru.
Yeah, we need a rabbi. We both hate it.
Are you doing rabbit talk again?
No, a rabbi, an advisor.
Like a Paul Heyman.
That's what we need.
A
Paul
wise
Heyman.
man. Elimination Chambers tomorrow night.
Hey, time is going by so slow until the Harlem Globetrotters start. Like every second is an hour. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat, and I cannot anticipate the Harlem Globetrotters at the Rio Rancho Event Center enough. I'm
Just-
going crazy here.
I can hear them out there.
Yeah, it's a tease.
We'll come see them tonight. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Two Men On. All right, I got it here for you, man, because this weekend is the Oscars. This weekend, Sunday.
That's exciting.
Big Oscars this weekend. I like you didn't watch any of these films that are nominated. Did you know there are 10 films for Best Picture?
That's excessive.
It's not. But also the Razzies came out today. Are you ready? Here we go.
Mhm.
So the 45th Golden Raspberry Awards ceremony honored the worst films of 2024 that happened today. Okay. You want to start with the top? Let's start at the top. Okay.
All right.
So here are your nominees for Worst Picture of the Year. Borderlands.
I saw a teaser trailer
Yeah.
for that, and I said, I will never watch this. This looks awful.
Okay. So that's on the list. Joker, Foley, and Dew.
So I watched that,
Okay.
and it wasn't as bad as it's being received,
Uh-huh.
but it was bad.
All right.
Especially how good the first one was.
Megaopolis.
I haven't seen that one yet, but it is on the list. That sucks that it is that bad because I had high expectations.
And Reagan. Okay.
It's Francis Ford Coppola.
Oh, it sucks.
Coppola choked that one out.
He choked it out. Borderlands came up on a Southwest flight I was on, recommended to watch in the Southwest movie thing.
Yeah.
So I just turned my phone off.
Yeah. Southwest, the movies that they're offering,
Yeah.
they're not sending the best people.
No.
Yeah. Those aren't the best movies out, the freebies. Those are the ones that motion picture companies like, oh my God, you got these people stuck on a tube flying through the air. Let them watch this.
Mm-hmm. Joker, Folie à Deux.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying this since the first Joker, because the first Joker is awful.
I like the first Joker.
Nope.
Yeah, I thought it was a good motion picture.
It is one of the worst films I've ever seen. The idea that you take away the theater of the mind that is the origin of one of the greatest villains in the history of conflict in comic book and cinematics and otherwise, and paint this very terrible picture of who he is as far as origins. And then you think, well, what I'll do is I'll add Lady Gaga.
Mm-hmm.
That will make it better.
And we'll turn it into a halfway nonsensical musical that doesn't really fit the storyline.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. Megalopolis, I also didn't see. And Regan, I also didn't see. And the winner, Van, of Worst Picture of the Year was something called Madame Web. I've never even heard of it. It had Dakota Johnson in it, some other stuff altogether.
That's the Lady Marvel Spider-Man, where everyone's Spider-Man. They're all ladies are all Spider-Man.
Is that a real movie?
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Shut up, dude. I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, you're one of the lucky ones.
Did you watch it?
Of course I did not watch it. I'm a man of class and taste.
Worst director, Van. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Gonna have some returning players here.
Yeah.
Francis Ford Coppola for Megaopolis, S.J. Clarkson for Madame Web, Todd Phillips for Joker Folie à Deux, Eli Roth for Borderlands, and Jerry Seinfeld for something called Unfrosted. I've not heard of that one.
I watched the first 10 minutes of Unfrosted and I turned it off. It was awful.
The worst director was Francis Ford Coppola of Megaopolis, not receiving the love that so many, or at least you, thought that it might.
Is he going to be the only one? And I'm sure there's somewhere on the interwebs you could scour. Is he the only director to win multiple Oscars and a Razzie?
The only
usually
one?
Those don't overlap.
Worst actor, are you ready? Dennis Quaid as Reagan and Ronald Reagan. Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker or Arthur Fleck, depending upon your energy. Zachary Levi and Harold in the Purple Crayon as Harold. Jack Black and Dear Santa as Santa, or Jerry Seinfeld in Unfrosted. Now, you told me you only saw Unfrosted on this list. Oh, you saw the Joker.
I saw Joker, yeah.
He played Bob Cabana. Good name.
That is a good name.
Yeah. Would you like to venture a guess?
Tom Hanks has won both an Oscar and a Razzie. Jared Leto has won both an Oscar and a Razzie.
Halle Berry.
Glenn Close, Kim Basinger, Mel Gibson. This is a long list.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck, Leo, Sandra Bullock.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, Al Pacino. Jack and Jill. That makes sense. And Halle Berry.
She's the most famous one. She's the one who like went up on stage and accepted it.
And leaned into it. I thought that was awesome.
It was very similar to Dakota Johnson in Madame Web because she was the worst actress because she won hers for Catwoman, which is the worst dang thing ever dang did. Jerry Seinfeld is your winner of worst actor playing the role of Bob Cabana in Unfrosted, which I've never heard of.
Yeah, it is a Pop-Tart invention movie, like a Pop-Tarts arm race with another company. It was really bad.
Oh, like Little Debbie versus
Exactly.
Hostess.
Yeah.
I mean,
The idea was there, but the execution
the
was
premise.
way off. Yeah.
Dakota Johnson is the worst actress for Madame Web. She played, I guess, Spider-Man, if they all played Spider-Man. And Kate Blanchett, Borderlands. Lady Gaga, again, of the Joker movie. Bryce Dallas Howard, who has had a falling off since Mad Men.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. She was in something called Argyle, No Clue. And Jennifer
Oh,
Lopez.
I liked Argyle. That's a bummer.
Did you believe that she was good in it?
I believe she was pedestrian in it.
Yep.
Not worthy of a Razzie.
Well, she didn't win it, so she's fine.
Okay.
And Jennifer Lopez in something called Atlas, and I'm not familiar with that either. I don't watch enough movies. Worst supporting actor, man, is not Jack Black in Borderlands. Oh, God, he's got like a double nominee here?
That's impressive.
Oh, poor guy. Okay, so it's actually the whole cast of Borderlands. So Kevin Hart in Borderlands.
Oh, my God. They each got one?
No,
That's so funny.
Shia LaBeouf, who we've talked about this before.
Mhm.
You can't have a first name where you have to say your last name.
If you say Shia,
That's nothing.
or if you say LaBeouf, I'm going to know the other one.
Tahar Rahman in Madame Web. I guess he was the token boy. The winner was John Voight in Megapolis and Reagan. He was in both. And
Ooh,
he won it
heavy
twice.
hitter this year.
We're supporting actresses. Emma Roberts in Madame Web. I don't know who Emma Roberts is. Leslie Ann Down and Reagan. The FKA Twigs in The Crow.
Oh, bummer. I like her.
Oh, that's a person. I thought it was a rap group. And then Ariana DeBose and Argyle, but your winner was, of course, from Unfrosted. It's Amy Schumer. You should have just said Amy
yeah.
Schumer. Yeah, she was.
I don't know if I made it to her part.
Don't worry about it.
Not going to. Do I seem worried?
Worst remake? Rebel Moon 2, no clue. Mufasa the Lion King. Craven the Hunter. The Crow. Joker Folie à Deux. Oh, it's worst remake, ripoff, or sequel.
It's got to be Joker.
It's
right?
the Joker.
Okay,
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks bad. Worst screen combo, Van. Dennis Quaid and Penelope Ann Miller, and Reagan is Ronald and Nancy Reagan. The entire cast of Megapolis.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's a good get. The two unfunny comedic actors in Unfrosted. That's literally what it's called. The two obnoxious characters, but especially Jack Black in Borderlands, or Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga in Joker.
It's got to be the Reagans, right?
It's the Joker one again.
Oh,
It's,
God.
yeah, they really did it.
No.
So there you go. You have it all. The Razzie Redeemer Award. Are you ready?
Okay.
So this is you were the best of the worst. So Megan Fox in something called Subservience, Demi Moore in something called The Substance, and Pamela Anderson in something called The Last Showgirl.
I heard Pamela Anderson's performance is incredible.
She won a Razzie Redeemer.
All
so yeah,
right.
so she
That's somebody who previously won a Razzie and then finally made something good.
Yep.
Is that? Okay.
and they're on. Yeah, it's like buying your way into heaven.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's like indulgences.
Indulgences. Yeah,
that's
sure,
what it's
sure.
like. So there you go. There's the Razzies. We were going to talk about the Oscars, but literally none of the movies. Like they were all like Oscar baity, like art pieces.
There's two that I really want to see.
None of them have they all have won different things. Like
Yeah.
they won the Globes or the whatever. it has not been a healthy movie year.
I really want to see The Brutalist.
That one has won
And
something.
I really want to see I'm Still Here.
That one will not win.
And where'd you go? Oh, A Complete Unknown, because I'm a Bob Dylan fan.
Yeah, also
None of these are at the top of my list, though. None of them are like that compelling where I feel like I got to rush off to watch them.
I agree. And The Brutalist is going to win it. That's the deal. I guess people say Conclave might win, but it's going to be The Brutalist. But there's like 10 movies, all the way up to like terrible ones like Dune 2.
I love the Dune series.
It is not good, though. Like, you're into like loser stuff, and that's part of it.
The Dune is incredible. Denis Villeneuve his direction is beautiful. The cinematography, I like the pacing. I like the set design.
No,
It's a cool universe.
Yeah, you can keep saying you like all this stuff, but none of it's good.
I mean,
Like,
it's nominated for an Oscar.
no, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it just they filled out the 10.
Oh,
like
they needed one more.
Yeah, this is.
You don't think Wicked was the penance prize?
There was a lot of buzz around this Emilia Perez, and then people saw it and they go, no.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
So there you go. It should be The Brutalist. That's what everyone's saying. I didn't watch it.
I will.
It doesn't even have like, I don't know, man. You got to make movies people want to see. Like, I get making movies to win awards, but that kind of makes you a loser.
Well, I like good motion pictures. I like the movies that have a feel of a book, like a living novel. I think The Brutalist fits that. Conclave fits that. I'm Still Here fits that.
Yeah, so according to, and I don't know how much you trust IndieWire.com, but if you do, Wicked and Dune 2 are the very bottom two, it says, and then Emilia Perez. So, I mean, I'm not giving you a lot of my own information here in front of the show. I'm just kind of regurgitating what I have heard. But it is believed, at least by this one, Nickel Boys might be a thing. Not familiar.
Not either.
To sit down and go, hey, I think I want to watch all of these, and also all these movies disappear. Like, after they don't win, like, they have zero. No one's trying to get them. No one's trying to go see a Oscar baity movie after it doesn't win an Oscar.
A hard disagree, because that's my demographic of like pinkies out motion pictures. That's the kind of stuff that I like to watch. If I'm going to invest 2 or 3 hours into a movie, I want to watch art. I don't want to see explosions and bright lights. I can watch that any day.
No. You don't watch that at home. That stuff's just for the theater. Like, no one watches a Marvel movie at home.
I got a nice ass setup.
No,
Yeah.
I've seen your setup. It's not the theater.
I got a 65-inch with surround sound.
So does
baby.
everyone.
Let's go.
Literally everyone has that. That's not even unique.
If you're sitting in the back of the theater, my home theater is nicer than the theater.
No.
Yeah, very
I've
much
been
so.
in both of those. I've been in your home.
Don't let you in my house. Don't send the wrong idea to the friend.
I don't know why you're trying to present action films as at-home films. Action films are only for theater.
Well, see, I'd rather watch theater films in the theater.
That's what Marvel films are.
They are not that. It's not theater to me.
That stuff is sweet. If you go to the theater to watch losers like Oppenheimer just cut back and forth on a 3 camera for 4 hours as they tell stories sitting over a table, you're a loser.
Yeah, that movie was incredible.
It sucked.
It's a fantastic movie.
Did you see it in theaters?
No, I watched that one at home.
Yeah, because you can watch that
I
one at
watched that
home.
one.
That one's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on with it.
It's usually why I don't go to the theater. Number one, like Fast and the Furious, Marvel.
That's where you watch
like
those.
that stuff has taken over your theater watching experience.
Yeah.
And they don't make good brutalist level movies every year that you want to go see in a theater.
Right.
There's just not enough of them anymore.
Movies or theaters? Because they're both, they're both on the decline.
Mm-hmm.
All the best stuff now is like little series and stuff. I don't have time for that either. Like if you're like Freddie, watch 10 episodes of it. No, I'm not gonna watch 10 episodes of it.
I watched the whole 4th season of Shoresy before I went to bed a couple nights ago.
I would never do that.
Yeah. I mean, they're only 20 minutes long.
That helps.
Yeah.
I used to watch. I guess I'm kind of lying. I used to listen to like Shoresy
While you were doing other things.
like driving to like New Mexico Hounds University when I worked there.
Mhm.
Like that was fine because you don't really have to watch that to get it because it's all just kind of writing. But you can't do that with any sweet action flick.
If you're a Letterkenny or Shoresy fan, this season is some of his best work. Jared Kiso, I'm talking about.
Well, good. He had 6 years to put it out.
And figured it out. Yeah.
When's the last season? Was it 2022?
The cold opener of the 6th episode, which is the finale of this season,
Yeah, I'm sure.
I laugh cried. It is such a perfect television scene.
I'm
not going to ruin it for anybody.
No, don't.
But if you like Letterkenny or Shoresy or that type of humor, it's fantastic.
But I'm telling you this: if you have 3 years to write something, it better be fantastic.
The last season of Shoresy was like 6 months ago.
I don't think it was.
It was.
I think it was 2022.
Oh, that was 2 seasons ago. He's cranking them out. Each season's only 2 hours long. It's just like one movie.
That's what we need. We need to be able to cut this show up into multiple years of content off one day's recording.
We kind of do that as far as recycling bits go.
Well, not everyone's listening all the time. It's Tune It On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. here. 2025 is the year I learned it's cool to be racist again, Van. Finally.
Is it cool?
Yeah, it's cool.
Or is it socially accepted?
Well,
again?
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers proved it today.
Mm-hmm.
They put John Gruden back in the Ring of Honor.
Oh,
4 years ago, they took him out. They said, quote, John Gruden was initially inducted into the Buccaneers Ring of Honor based on how many accomplishments during his 7 seasons as their head coach, and he remains a significant figure in the history of our franchise. Upon further reflection, we have decided to reinstate him into the Buccaneers Ring of Honor.
it's a bummer.
Yeah.
It's a bummer, man.
Am I the only one that remembers his fall from grace? Am I the only one?
I mean, there's receipts.
Oh,
There's receipts.
are you talking about emails where he uses language that I won't even say in rap songs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That one.
Yeah. What about all that misogynistic stuff? Is that anything? What about homophobic? Let's count that.
Encouraged now.
Oh my God. Also, not to be that guy, 57 and 55. That's what he did with the Buccaneers. He took a Tony Dungy team, won a Super Bowl, which was cool. Really? If you ask Derek Brooks who won that Super Bowl, he won't say it was John Gruden.
Yeah.
And he went 57 to 55, and they said, no, that's significant accomplishments.
He's more accomplished as a TV personality than a coach on any level.
I don't know what he did on TV. I think he had one bit. And
Made funny faces.
Yeah, that was the bit. He just moved around to different time slots, so more people got to see his funny faces. I mean, what about like your core values as an organization?
You know what they're probably talking about? They're like, hey, let's get him back in now while all this Justin Tucker stuff's going on with the Ravens. No one's watching.
If you had a video of it, the way they did it like Riley Cooper, if you had a video of it, the way they did of like, well, I guess I was going to name like some country artists, but I guess Morgan Wallen's actually perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
like,
voice recording though.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they get the voicemails.
Ring camera across the street.
The Michelin
no.
tires.
Oh, you mean for Gruden?
Yeah, for Gruden.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
No.
But good thing they don't have a video. Put them back in there.
You know what this is the reason they did this is like a week ago there's a video went viral because I guess Ashton Genty came on to his like his show or Gruden's whatever Gruden has going on.
I didn't know that thing.
Yeah, he's got some thing where players like come through before the draft, and I guess Genty introduced him to the Migos, and then Gruden's all like, "Oh, thank God that Ashton Genty introduced me to the Migos. I don't know what I do." So then there started being a bunch of like he's cultured jokes, but that happened about a week and a half ago, and then all of a sudden this happens.
You think that's
not
consequential,
actually,
or you think it's coincidence?
It's the two things did happen within a week and a half of each other, but I don't actually think that's the reason why. But that is why his name was ringing a little bit in social media the past like week and a half, was because of that video of him like listening to the Migos and saying he liked the music.
Is it called Gruden Loves Football? Is that his thing? I don't know what this is.
It could be.
Yeah,
if you put like John Gruden NFL draft, I'll look.
No, wait. This thing's dead. This thing died in 24. I just don't know what he does. But I mean, I believe that he does something.
Gruden goes long. Well, he's got a thing called Gruden Barstool. But
that tracks.
Yeah. He's a perfect fit for
Yeah.
Barstool.
Barstool, Gruden Barstool. So I think it was that.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the bottom tier of sports coverage.
And as far as John Gruden goes, look, I'm always rooting for a redemption story.
Sure.
I want you to be a better person. I want you to learn from your mistakes. But this wasn't just like one-off awful incident. It wasn't like Kramer, Michael Richards losing his stuff one time in a comedy club. This is 7 years of emails and correspondence from John Gruden saying a litany of awful things. Hopefully in, 6+ years, he can, figure out how to be a better person.
I want him to be a better person. There's like weird standards to this stuff.
So it's a sea change in this country too. Like there's a different vibe of what's allowable, what's not really appropriate, but what's acceptable. Acceptable behavior that got Coach Gruden fired for 7 years of racist, bigotist, homophobic, xenophobic emails. Now it's like part of the national talking point. It's the finger on the pulse again.
Yeah. I don't know if this is a good equivalent. It's not a 1-for-1, right? This is not a good faith comparison. James Gunn, familiar with James Gunn, director?
Yeah.
He made a bunch of like weird tweets, and they were like super off color and tasteless and gory and all this kind of thing. But they were designed to like build a hype for, what he was doing at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I hated it, but it was like, no, hated it's not fair. It was not for me. It was bad taste. But it was in the public sector and you put it out there. And then years later you walk it back where you're like, hey, that was for this production thing. That was, I'm trying to, was trying to stew up whatever. And James Gunn is back. He makes superhero movies, right? Like he's back.
Mm-hmm.
He's fine. I haven't seen John Gruden's apology tour. I just saw him resign from the Los Angeles Raiders of Oakland or Vegas or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, he ain't doing that.
Yeah,
he is taking the Morgan Wallen approach.
And again, it was 7 years of this stuff. Like 7 years of evidence of the way he really feels about it.
And that's just what the server went back to, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's the older you go back, the worse it gets, I'm assuming. But you see this a lot. They're trying to dox athletes or actors or whatever, public figures. Like Josh Hader, like got in trouble from a bunch of tweets using inappropriate language referring to people of color. And he was saying off the wall stuff. Come to find out, he was just he was just a teenager quoting rap lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
And not knowing the damage he was doing to the people around him. That's different. Like something that happened, 15, 20 years ago when you're a child, like that's way different than something that happened recently. And you have a history, you have a database of doing the same thing over and over again. Being a dumb kid and making mistakes and learning and growing isn't like being a fully formed adult and doing the same thing over and over again for years. Those are two different redemption stories.
That stuff John Gruden was saying about DeMaurice Smith and all that, like Isaiah referenced it earlier with like the Michelin tires and all that. That's just so calculated. Also, probably regurgitated.
Sure.
Yeah. But he's now with honor as it relates to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Cool.
Congratulations on your 500, Coach.
Tuning on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program where the Los Angeles Rams realized they were smoking crack, man. No one was going to trade a first-round pick for Matthew Stafford.
First round pick is insane. They could have not seriously thought that with a straight face.
They resigned him or restructured his deal or whatever. So he'll stay in Los Angeles.
I bet he had a lot of offers.
No.
Nothing to what the Rams wanted to give him up for.
Well, it means Aaron Rodgers is going to go to the Giants. That's what this means.
Oof. Why?
What else would it be?
God. People are speculating like the Titans. People are speculating Aaron Rodgers to the Giants. Why would Aaron Rodgers play another year for a garbage team and just get beat up?
Well, he's so much better. Like, I think, what did Aaron Rodgers have last year? 30 tutties-ish? Like, the Giants, I don't think they've had that in like 2 years. Like, I mean, he's
like the Jets. He would be like their best quarterback since Eli.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Jets, he was like one of their best quarterbacks in franchise history, even being a shell of himself.
Well, what's the name of the kid they just got rid of? Daniel Jones?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's going to be very good moving forward. Like, he's going to be good elsewhere.
Yeah, he could have the Sam Darnold effect in Minnesota next year. Win double-digit games, play competent football.
He's not the quarterback there next year.
Not beyond the Jets or Giants.
They're going to give it to the kid from Michigan.
Right, you got to let him go another year.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, Brokey Army or whatever he is. Was his arm broke? I really don't remember what happened.
Okay, how long is he under contract?
Daniel Jones?
Yeah.
He's probably available now.
No, he's on the Vikings.
Well, sure, but for the right price, he's available. Put him in Tennessee or something. Go get Travis Hunter. Go.
Daniel Jones would be just as good as the ghost of Aaron Rodgers.
No.
I think so, yes.
If you were to give me Daniel Jones, Matthew Stafford today, Aaron Rodgers today, I'd take Daniel Jones.
Through 2026. So I think he's controlled for one more year.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You can move him. Because, like, there's going to be a team. Like, who else has not good quarterback?
Half of the NFL.
Seattle.
Yeah. I mean, he's basically Geno. Can move the ball down the field, can run a little bit.
Minnesota gets it, though, because, I mean, you had to have two quarterbacks last year to do it. Las Vegas. I don't think Gardner Minshew will ever play football again.
I thought Stafford was going to go hang out with Tom Brady in Vegas. That was going to be my guess.
God, if you put Daniel Jones in Las Vegas with Tom Brady as his dad, I think that super works out.
Agree. Is it time for Harlem Globtrotters basketball yet?
1 hour. Yahoo Entertainment and MSN both picked up my NWA New Mexico article, babe.
Excellent. Congratulations.
Let's go. Just tuning on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. Van and I are at the Rio Rancho Event Center. The Harlem Globetrotters are going to play basketball here in a little bit.
Yeah.
It's pretty full up in there already, huh? You were just out
Yeah,
there?
the Magic Hour is fun. A lot of kids out there on the court hanging out with some generals and some Globetrotters. A lot of smiling faces. Doing some cool ball tricks out there.
Anything you never
Basket
Yeah, I knew.
ball.
Anything you hadn't seen before?
Not yet, but I'm sure there will be tonight.
You can watch basketball tomorrow. The Lobos play Air Force at home. The men's Lobo basketball team needs a win worse than anything in the whole wide world.
They don't just need a win. They need a statement game. They need to win by like 30.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
They need a big bounce back game. If they, God forbid, they lose at home, or if it's closer than it should be, because they should dominate Air Force. They're in bad shape if they can't put Air Force away early and make it a big spread.
The crowd, the Lobos fan is over it. There's still, I think, as of like right now, there's like 1,500 tickets available.
That's too many for right now.
It's too many. There's still like 1,000 tickets available for the UNLV game. Lobos fan is real tired of it, Van.
Keep pulling them in. Look, New Mexico is a 23.5 point favorite
Good.
over Air Force.
What's the over under?
Some books have it as low as 22.5.
What's the over under?
That'd be 145.5.
All right, so let's say
Just got to demolish them, right?
let's say it's an 85-55. What is that?
Short.
That's under.
Mhm.
That's 135. Did I do that right?
That'd
130?
be 140.
140? 85-55 seems realistic.
Yeah.
I mean, if, right? They don't even have to do all the things right. They just have to do some of the things right.
Yeah, I mean, this Air Force is your slump buster here, boys. UNM basketball. You've been on a rough streak. You're not pulling the weight that you normally do. But I tell you what every basketball team needs is a slump buster. And Air Force is your slump buster.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. But slump busters traditionally pretty ugly.
Yeah.
I need this one to be real pretty. I need this one to look the part, be the part, embrace the part.
Well, then I wouldn't make it a slump buster, I don't think.
What is that, a rebound?
All facets of the game
Yeah.
are important,
Uh-huh.
even when you have a slump buster at your hands. You want to do all the right things,
All the
even if it's a game that you're evenly matched and you got to give it your all.
okay.
When you're facing a slump buster, you still want to do all those things just in case that same scenario pops up on the next game.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're looking at your schedule and you swipe right, you scroll down.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, if you scroll down to the next game and it's not as winnable, you still want to prepare. You want to treat that slump buster like you would treat your biggest rival.
Now, what if you can't bust the slump?
Now you're in for a wild ride. Your confidence is shaken. You become a shell of yourself. You'll never be the same again. That's why these slump busters can be so pivotal. Sometimes it ends up being a trap. And that's when it gets real sticky.
Well, if it's a trap,
Yeah.
you don't ever even try again.
because you're so shaken.
Yeah.
You're shooketh to the core.
What did I say the season finale was? I mean, the regular season. Oh, there's one more, though, before UNLV. All right, I'm going to say this. If you lose tomorrow, Lobo, stop playing the rest of the year.
Just quit for the whole year?
Just quit.
You're done for the whole season? Eek, that's a horrible outlook. But
yeah, but claim something like COVID or something.
oh, like everybody got swine flu?
Oh, man.
We got the bird and swine flu.
Yeah, we got the
both of them.
Yeah, the avian.
Yeah.
We have H1N COVID.
Yeah, we got the when pigs fly flu.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this is going to sound crazy. All of our players that are leaving in the transfer portal, they all have to drop their classes right now. That's wild. I can't believe that happened.
What are the odds?
Yeah, they can't do it. They should have lost 0 games going into this. This is the worst conference of basketball I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If my mother had wheels, she'd be a bicycle. Ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. I think, again, I will preach this from the top of the Sandias. It's good that you took a hard road loss in conference. Yes, it's good that you took a hard road loss in conference. 2 in a row that didn't seem that close. That's not ideal. But lucky for you, your friend set you up with this slump buster. When I say your friend, I mean
the conference,
the athletic director, and the conference sets you up with this match to get you to bounce back, because you got to go on the road again. Historically, Nevada, not a slump buster. It's a slump creator.
Slumpa, sorry we're here in this situation. No one wants to come out of it. Everyone wants to do the thing they're expected to do. Excuse me as I clear my throat. And for whatever reason, failure. Boise State should not beat you. And a lot of people are going to say, San Diego State, they're perennial, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
They did have one run in the tournament. I agree with you. Outside of that, miss me with Mountain West facts.
Talk about this year.
Because here's a Mountain West fact.
What have you done for me lately, Eddie?
No, Eddie's not there anymore. He's gone.
Eddie.
No, he went to Houston. They traded him for the guy from Houston.
Yeah, good trade.
It was, yeah, I mean, whatever. Upgrade. They should be not just at the top, but so perched upon the top. But they're not. And they could still end in first. They could win this one. They go in the next one. They go in the final one. Still be in first. But you're beatable. There's tape on it. And if you lose to Air Force, you quit.
I mean, and the same Boise State team that just beat the Lobos, that same Boise State team just beat Utah State as well.
That is correct.
It was in second place. So, like, it seems a little closer than it did a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
maybe they're all starting to even out.
Well, it's not because the cream is rising to the top, brother. It is because it's all recessing to the median.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, no. We, the conference, suck again.
Oh, no, we are average again.
Yes. What are you doing? Was that Macron? Like, what are you doing? What voice was that? Were you trying to impress Donald Trump just now?
A little bit. Just low bar.
The conference needed a hero. And I thought, like the Ivy League every year will have like a team that does something.
They have to have one.
That's what I thought the Lobos were going to be for the Mountain West. I thought they were going to be the Harvard of the Mountain West.
And again, I mean, you got 3 games to straighten it all out. You got the conference tournament to straighten it all out.
Better not lose the first one against Air Force.
Oof. Or fill in the team.
And then you'll hear something dumb. Well, they're in Vegas. It's tougher. What?
Hmm?
What? That is not accurate. It's not accurate at all.
There's going to be 5. There's already 3. There's going to be 5 20-win teams in the Mountain West. Usually 20 wins gets you in the conversation for NCAA tournament.
Unless you lose in the first round.
Unless you lose in the first round of your conference. Yeah.
You lose to Air Force.
Yeah. There's up to 5 bids in the Mountain West. And after what happened to the Mountain West last year in the tournament,
What'd they get last year? 7?
6. They're like, oh, wait.
And they all lost in the first round except
This
for
might
San
have,
Diego
this
State.
might have been 2 or 3 too many. Like maybe we added a couple of extra Mountain West. So I think they're going to tighten the reins a little bit on Mountain West. So you damn well better win your regular season conference and not lose early in the tournament if you want to be guaranteed a spot. And I think if the Lobos win 2 out of 3 to finish this thing out, which is super easy for them to do, and not lose early in the Mountain West tournament, they're basically guaranteed a spot. But it looks a lot different than it did 2 weeks ago.
$30 points. If it's not 30 points, I'm mad forever.
You got to come out with a vengeance. A vendetta.
I want to see those airmen booed.
First
Boo.
off, please don't do that.
What? Why?
Cheer for your team. Please don't boo a college full of service members, future service members.
I don't like that you just said that. They have it coming. They have it coming. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We are at the Rio Rancho Event Center. Fun one tonight. Harlem Globtrotters. Let's go.
Yeah, baby.
We didn't talk about it yesterday. I guess we could today. Travis Kelce says he's not retiring. Okay.
I didn't think he was going anywhere. Retirement or another team.
What do you mean another team?
There was talk about the Chiefs cutting him to save money.
What? Money's not
Yes.
real in the NFL.
Yeah, you got to keep him in the same helmet his whole career. He's already what? Second best all time? Third best all time? Depending on what you consider to be the metrics that go into deciding what the best tight end of all time is.
We're saying tight end. That's what you were talking about?
Yeah, tight end.
Okay.
What category did you think I was talking about?
Hot girlfriends.
Hot girlfriends. Okay. Well, he's definitely second tier.
Behind who?
Derek Jeter, John Mayer,
I believe both those guys are married now.
Pete Davidson.
I
The
don't know.
list goes on until you hit Travis Kelce. But as far as tight ends go, Rushmore. Play on the field. I should have clarified that as well.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm saying. You don't have to tell people you're doing the thing you're already doing. You're already not retired. Like, what is the what? Hey, I'm not retired. Yeah, we know. You're already here, bro.
You getting Aaron Rodgers vibes from Travis Kelce?
Yeah, I think that's where I'm trying to go with
It's
it.
just any reason to have a microphone or a camera in his face. Yeah, I feel that same way. But again, you got a brand now. It's not just you, the football player. It's you, the brand. You got to sell some cereal. You got to sell some Crocs.
I think they
You got
broke
to
it.
stay relevant for your super famous girlfriend.
Didn't they break it on the Pat McAfee show? Like, he was like, I'll text him right now, which, is already, it's all pro wrestling, Text him right now. I'll tell you.
He's just magically free and able to FaceTime or Skype in. Also, Zoom in. All right.
I think he just like,
R.I.P. Skype.
I think Pat McAfee was just like, I'll just write a text or whatever. Like, this quote, gonna try to get the best shape I've been in this offseason, get back to the mountaintop. Got a real bad taste in my mouth with how I played in the last game, and I got the guys ready for battle. Can't go out like that. What? Statistically speaking, most guys go out like that. Most guys lose their final game.
That's crazy that you could shove that many cliches into 2 sentences. That was impressive.
There's more. I can play. It's just whether or not I'm motivated, or it's the best decision for me as a man, as a human, as a person, to take all that responsibility. That actually goes back a week, but not really saying a lot here, boy or other.
Here's my little theory on why I think it does. It matters a little bit, just
All
the
right.
smallest little bit,
Okay.
because I think every man that can relate now, not every man can relate to the lifestyle of dating a Taylor Swift.
We
But
can.
we can all relate to maybe at some point looking at our lady, maybe the way he looks at Taylor
Yeah.
Swift.
I have way prettier girlfriends. Like, so I can't relate to him slumming it the way
You
he
don't.
does.
You don't have that sweet girlfriend that is
Definitely
Lombardi.
more meat. And definitely more meat for sure.
Well, not a
You don't have the Lombardi girlfriend.
not a billionaire. Yeah, not a billionaire girlfriend.
Well, I feel like the elephant in the room for anybody that doesn't know Travis but knows what he's got going on is like, is he hitting that stage where even guys before they get to where he is, that love of their life might take that edge off a little bit, and they don't really have the motivation to want to grind in the gym, let alone once you're in the NFL and you've played as many seasons as him, and she's richer than you, so it's not like you feel the pressure to have to support her. So I think it would have been easy for him to kind of not want to come back. But I guess not only is he saying he wants to come back, he's like, I'm actually going to come back with like a stronger mindset, which if he can pull it off, like, I think it's just cliche. But if with the life he's living right now, if he can find some switch to put himself through more pain and like more training and grinding to get better, I'd be impressed personally. But he has to do it. A lot easier said than done. Like, especially when you just lost a month ago. Like, oh, I'm motivated and I'm pissed. But then, like, let the summertime kick in when she wants to go here and wants to go there and wants to do this. Is he going to be ready to stop the lifestyle and go back to training camp and have to, be looked at like a rookie? Not really, but like, you got to be one of the guys in the locker room. You can't be like, oh, I'm Travis. I'm dating Taylor Swift, so I'm above all you guys.
No, that's true, though.
It is definitely true.
That's 100% true.
But it's up to him. It's like when they say if you don't feed the wolves, your wolves will eat you. He can't. He's got to be pretty. He's got to at least make them feel like, hey, I'm not trying to be better than you. We're a team.
What he needs to do is walk in there and say, listen, I don't have to be here.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, I am podcasting excellence.
Sure. Have you had my cereal?
Yeah.
I mixed Reese's Puffs with Lucky Charms. Have you done that?
People know my mom's name. That's what he can say.
Mm-hmm.
He can say, my girlfriend is more successful at everything she tries than any of you will ever be at this. She tried to find the hottest dude on earth, and I am him. I am
strong
him.
word.
And if you question that in any way, Rook, you're cooked.
Yeah. I mean, you just got to look at these losers and say, after that Super Bowl loss, now we got bad blood. And, the previous two Super Bowls, it used to be mad love,
Yeah.
So take a look at what you've done. Because, babies, now we got bad blood.
Whoever's
That's what
talking,
he would say to them. That's what he should say.
if someone's talking to Travis Kelce and they're not being supportive of what you're saying, he's like, hey, you're giving me real Jake Gyllenhaal vibes right now.
Sure.
Like there's a lot of Taylor Lautner in this room, and I don't need there to be any.
Obviously, he continues with the speech to all of his Super Bowl losing teammates.
Yeah, of course he does.
He would go on and say, now I know we got problems,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think that we might be able to solve them.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. And then Super Bowl loss, you guys, you made a really deep cut. And babies, you got some bad blood.
You already mentioned the bad blood earlier.
Well, just really driving it home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's not there to waste his time with Tom Hiddleston's. Okay.
Sure.
He's not there to wax poetic on these John Mayer-esque losers. He's there because he's Travis Kelce.
100%.
Not Harry Styles. Not Joe Jonas. I don't know who Connor Kennedy is, but he's definitely not him.
No, definitely not.
Who's Joe Alwyn? I don't know. Also, according to the internet, there's at least 15 more ex-boyfriends of Taylor Swift.
Okay. If that speech didn't get him going enough,
All right.
he can draw deep from the well. Say, fellow Chiefs,
Robert.
my friends, the players like we are.
Yeah.
We're going to play. But
what about the haters?
The haters, this is what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And, Chiefs Kingdom has a lot of haters.
Correct.
What they're going to do
Not in D.C.
is they're going to hate. And me, Travis Kelce, with original ideas right here. He's going to say, and babies, I'm just going to shake.
Yeah. The bad blood.
Just shake it off.
Yeah.
Shake it off.
Okay, he's not going to bad blood again.
We got
He's
Robert,
talking about the bad. He's shaking off all the bad blood.
Okay.
Friend of the show, Robert, wants to talk about sports facilities.
Is he going to do it with Taylor Swift lyrics?
Yeah. Does it?
That'd be impressive.
I'm interested in this. Friend of the show, Robert, welcome.
Yes. I'm a frustrated sports fan here in Albuquerque. It's been like 4 or 5 decades since we built a sports facility, any sort of sports arena. I think it's time the governor let go of some of that marijuana money and start investing in some of these facilities throughout the state. I think they're in violation at the pit. They don't have any chairbacks anymore. It seems like that's one of the only venues without chairbacks. And then at the University Stadium, that's a safety hazard. They don't have any handrails coming down the steps. So I'm not sure how they can even be operating. I think it's time that, I keep calling Albuquerque a one-horse town. We just can't seem to make any progress in that regard. In Vegas, they can put up the Sphere $22 billion facility in a matter of 2 or 3 years. Even the football field that they built in Vegas. I mean, if it can be done in other cities, we can do it here. It doesn't take a decade to build a facility. They can do it in 2 or 3 years, but they got to let loose of the money and be serious about it and really try to make the quality of life better here for people like us that are sports fans. Anyway, it seems like there's something that should be done.
Yeah.
I don't know how we would go about it, but it's time to invest in those sorts of venues that do offer that quality of life. Anyway, as far as the Lobos, if they lose in Nevada, things could unravel quickly. They could find themselves on the bubble. So it's real important that they win at least 2 of the next 3 games. Maybe if they want to get a decent seed, they need to win all 3 games. And that's how these teams, they end up you got to go on a run. And you can't just win 1 game here, 1 game there. If you're going to make a run, it's going to have to start early, and it's going to have to be 4 or 5 games. So hopefully that's what the Lobos are going to do. But we'll find out. We'll find out here in the next few days. You guys have a good evening.
Yeah, good call, brother.
Yeah, thanks, Robert.
No, these are good notes. They're not 100% accurate, but they're good notes.
Sure.
Yeah, the Rio Rancho Event Center, I think, was built in 2006.
Yeah.
So that's
great events out here all the time.
Yeah, so that's
including the Harlem Globetrotters tonight.
Yeah.
Starting like 30-ish minutes. Get out here.
Community Stadium was built in 2013. The Jennifer Reardon complex is not that old.
Right.
I can give you a lot of examples of what you're talking about.
Got a brand new shiny one coming with the New Mexico United.
Yeah. And then
eventually.
Yeah. And there's conversation about putting in, a new covered arena over at the Expo grounds. Hopefully that could be a cool thing if that's a thing.
Sure.
I will also say this with University Stadium or with the pit, you end up with, ADA is very valid, very real.
Mm-hmm.
You end up with grandfather clauses.
Correct.
Yeah. So you get historical status, and then you don't have to do things until you renovate things. So what it actually does to harm you is it pauses renovation forever. Mm-hmm. So if you want to maintain whatever seat backs, like there's a good example, right? You want to maintain that. You can, but the second you start putting in handrails, you have to then expand all your walkways to 55 inches. And then you have to expand, your ramps to what, in the money for that is there. Also, no offense to University Stadium, but I'll give you a real number because I know a little bit
and there's no way the slope of those stairs would pass code today.
No way.
God, there's no way.
There's actually, I think I know what it is. I think it's 1 degree over 1 foot span.
Mm-hmm.
I think I know that to be true. And University Stadium, real number, again, very real number, $15 million. You put $15 million in a University Stadium, you still have University Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a new anything. You don't have a new attraction. You don't have a new spectacle. You have the exact same thing that you had. And I'm talking only slightly different to people who regularly have arm's length exposure to it.
And again, there has been some small upgrades, improved concessions, improve the entrances,
weight
obviously,
room,
video board.
Yeah.
The weight room is fantastic. That's some upper echelon.
Yeah, that's a cool thing
right there. But like you said, if you really go into it, you really start renovating, then it opens up a whole can of worms.
Mm-hmm.
As a guy who's opened up a few houses, the deeper you look in, the more problems you're going to find.
Well, and I have a professional career that I've had for years outside of radio where, I ran a municipal park and rec, and I've been, the GC on a lot of projects. And if you're not constantly innovating your spaces, you're not garnering new audience.
Mhm.
I've lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico 7 years, and I've been to the Balloon Fiesta for 7 years minus COVID, 6 years. And I've been to the exact same Balloon Fiesta every year. And that's unfortunate.
Mm.
I don't know why there's not ad spectacle. And maybe there has been from, 50 years ago or whatever it is. But I'm telling you, my 6-year run of it, it's the exact same event every year.
It's hard to improve on perfection.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Welcome back to Two Men On at the Rio Rancho Event Center. Harlem Globtrotters are warming up. The game is at 7. If you're on your way, welcome. Microsoft announced today, Van, that they're shutting down Skype.
R.I.P. Skype.
21 years of service. Starting on and it will be shut down on May the 5th, 2025. It was launched on June 26, 2003.
21's too young to not be with us anymore.
Okay.
You could have built onto it.
No, my mistake.
Learn from your lessons.
I lied. It launched in August of 2003. My confusion was LeBron James was drafted in June of 2003, and he will have outlived Skype.
Yes, by many years, the way it looks now, because he's still playing some upper echelon basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Now he got rejuvenated by Isaiah's new favorite player, number 77, Luka Doncic.
LeBron
He just bought 5 more years of being in the NBA.
LeBron started playing NBA basketball when Friendster still existed.
That's sweet. How was AOL Instant Messenger doing?
Strong.
Yeah?
It was really strong at that time.
Yeah, I bet it was fantastic.
Every time you say AOL Instant Messenger, I hear the little ding in my head.
Same.
Skype had a 3-1 lead over Zoom.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
100% did.
And then to lose out to Teams
is
like...
Teams is the worst one.
Oh, it's the worst one. MSN Messenger is the worst one.
Like Microsoft, you already had Skype.
You already had Skype.
Why are you trying to make Teams a thing? You have Skype.
Slack sucks too.
Agree.
I don't mess with Slack. There's a gal in you and I's life that tried to get me to Slack her things related to YMCA board work.
Okay.
And I said, we will only text.
Mm-hmm.
I have zero interest in downloading Slack.
You know what I need?
One more app.
A new thing that does the exact same thing something else does. Wait, does it do more things?
Slack? Something file share.
No,
I don't know.
it does the exact same amount of things. Oh, okay, cool.
Skype is an all-time fumble. I'm taking you back to pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Should have been prepared for that.
Perfect business opportunity. They did nothing.
Zoom got in some good punches.
Yeah, I was gonna say the colleges picking Zoom is really like all the.
It went free.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Super smart. Super smart. Skype gave you an hour.
I mean,
Zoom said, "We got you, kids." Isaiah, how much of your college degree is based off Zoom?
A lot.
Yeah.
I mean, Rex and Effects predicted the downfall of Skype in 1992 because they said,
here we go.
All they want to do is zoom, and a boom, boom. Just shake your rump. So they saw it coming. Why couldn't anybody else see the writing on the wall? Looking at you, Microsoft.
Discord is better than Skype.
Miss me with Discord too, but yeah, it is better.
In this order, this is the order it goes. Number 1, phone calls. That's the best one.
You got a FaceTime built into it.
Yeah.
You could just do the FaceTimey boy and
but
invite more people.
There's a lot of idiots out there that for some reason think iPhones aren't the business. WhatsApp is better.
Agree.
I have WhatsApp because I have one friend from Mexico, and sometimes I need her to pro wrestle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I got it for when I went overseas, and I still have it. Haven't used it since.
If I check,
got it, and it's still better than Skype.
When I was on the dating app real heavy, and like every gal that was lying about having a partner, they were like, "Hey, WhatsApp."
Mm-hmm.
No,
you're
a liar.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. Also, I don't want to drive to Santa Fe. I don't want to do those two things.
Not in this economy.
But if they would have said Skype, I'd have been like, that's fine. It's not that it's not that weird. Post pandemic, if you would have said Skype me, we would have thrown fist.
Oh my God.
Pre-pandemic, if you said to Skype me, I'd be like, okay, let me try to figure out how to do a video call.
Yeah, like how bad did COVID melt your brain that you're still using Skype?
May 5th. LeBron outlived it.
What a dude.
You feel that way?
Yeah, it's just another feather in his hat.
Harlem Globtrotters in just 15 short minutes. We recap a little baseball whenever we get back. It's 2 Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Two Men on. We're at the Rio Rancho Event Center. There is Harlem Globetrotters basketball tonight. We're going to enjoy that. I know it's just preseason. I know it's just spring training. Shohei Ohtani had one at bat and one home run.
It's a good start.
Oh, you don't say?
Not as good as the start of the trade piece in the Kyle Tucker trade.
What?
Cam Smith returned for my beloved Houston baseball Astros.
Previous Astro, current Astro.
He's had 4 at-bats in his young Astro career, 2 walks, 2 homers. Good start, buddy. So you're saying Shohei Ohtani is going to hit a home run a game and then demolish the record by 80-ish home runs? Hit an even 162 this year?
He hit it off that, I'm going to butcher it, Kikuchi? Is that the guy's name?
You say Kikuchi? I say I'm not doing that.
And against his former team, the Angels. And I believe Kikuchi, was that like his young boy in Japan? Or am I making this up?
Yeah, he's a stud.
Yeah, but
Kikuchi's really good.
When they were both in Japan, wasn't he like his young boy, or am I being stupid here?
I don't know why you're saying young boy.
What?
What does that mean?
You don't know what that is?
No.
So a young boy, I'm going to get you the official definition.
Please.
Are you messing with me right now?
It sounds like Catholic churchy.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Okay.
So it's a pro wrestling term.
Ah, that's why I wouldn't know about it.
What?
Okay. It took me 5 years to learn face and heel, Fred. Chill out. And Mark. I know Mark.
Mark who?
Exactly.
Young boy is a young Japanese pro wrestler still in training.
Okay.
When not wrestling, young boys can be seen ringside assisting veteran pro wrestlers by holding the ropes, protecting the crowd, tending to the pro wrestlers after matches, etc. They typically can be identified by their uniforms and warm-up gear. When young boys are called to wrestle, they are virtually always outmatched, rarely getting any meaningful offense during a match. And at this stage in their career, it's showing determination and an unwillingness to quit against more skilled and experienced wrestlers. And that's more important than victory, man. Young boys, ring gear is often very simple.
Well, wrestling is weird.
Okay.
Luckily, Japan is weirder, and they love both.
So he's not.
So
he's not his young boy. Is that what you're saying?
I don't think so.
See, I thought they were back in Tokyo Giants or whatever.
So what does that make rapper NBA young boy? He's not in the NBA, and he's not some basketball player's young boy.
I mean, I could tell you what I know.
Zay's leaning in. You going to take this one?
Yeah, go ahead. Zay.
Never broke again, young boy.
Okay.
That's what the NBA.
That's what the NBA stands for. Now he had broken an arm or something. Is that what you're saying?
He did break something on a skull, but no, never broke again as finances.
Oh, did he put out some good mixtapes?
He's got adamantium bones like Wolverine. Never
He's
broke
not,
again.
He's not my cup of tea, but he's got a huge fan base.
Yeah, he might be in trouble as he's in jail for the next 2 years on federal gun charges.
He's definitely in trouble. He's definitely in trouble. Speaking of Montana, I don't know if it's Montana or Utah, but one of those two places he bought like a whole ranch, like a whole mountain basically, and calls it Gravedigger Mountain. And that's where he went to try to stay out of trouble. And he still got in trouble.
Well, he's who he is in Montana. Is asking for it.
Yeah. Gravedigger Mountain. I think it's either Montana or Utah.
So is he
Tomato
NBA
tomorrow.
young boy or is he GDM young boy?
Elaborate on GDM.
Gravedigger Mountain.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
is now.
probably say both. He'd say both.
Yeah.
He actually doesn't say a lot. He's in federal penitentiary.
Now he's GFS young boy.
He's Luigi Mangione young boy.
GFS is gay for the stay.
What? That's a thing?
Yeah. You ever heard that one before?
I like how I can really culture you and tell you about young boys and stuff. And you're over here.
You culture me in Japanese wrestling.
Yeah.
And I'll culture you in prison talk. How about that?
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
I have the best news of the day, and I saved it to the very end of the day.
Oh, great.
The Dominican Republic has a new manager for the World Baseball Classic.
Okay.
And this is
Elon Musk.
This makes sense because now it's automated balls and strikes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's done by AI now.
Mm.
So the Dominican Republic went and got a machine as their new manager. Yeah. The machine.
Yeah. I'm thinking you're talking about Albert Pujols.
I am talking about Albert Pujols.
Excellent.
Let's go.
What a get. Have you seen that Dominican lineup? They're going to mop the floor with the world.
He should DH.
Next WBC. He wouldn't even make the team.
What are you doing?
Albert Pujols would not make this Dominican team.
Over all these young boys?
Prime Albert Pujols would he would NMT young boy the Dominican Republic. Not making this team.
DR young boy.
Hey, what a guy to get to coach your squad. Really a supreme get. The get of all gets.
No, there's one more get, and it's for Puerto Rico. So if you pick Yadier Molina, the manager of Puerto Rico,
in the finals,
and in the finals, they have to go, brother versus brother.
Sure.
They're not really brothers, but
we're not blood brothers.
No, they're for the stay. Brothers for the stay.
Yes, they are. Once a cardinal, always a cardinal.
Everyone always says that. That's so funny.
I'm whatever local friend of the show sports book would like to take it. I'll take the Dominican Republic to win the World Baseball Classic right now.
It's a good get if you can get it.
Let me.
Good program today. I'm excited for the Harlem Globetrotters, so we have to go. Isaiah, back at the studio.
Prize picks, pick more on Luka Doncic. He had a bad game last night. He's going to have a better one tonight.
They just play every day now? That's crazy.
Yeah, back-to-backs. I'm not complaining about it. I love it.
Van, final words?
They're letting that fatty play back-to-backs?
They might not. We'll see. He's questionable.
Baby back.
Friend of the show, stay safe out there this weekend. Support local sports. And if you want to recap of your sports weekend, check out the opening drive Monday morning with Jeff and JJ.
Golf at 8 tomorrow, pro wrestling at 9. Tune in to Van and I. Good job, young boys. Keep breathing.
See you next week, Burke.